Hello, amazing colleagues. This is Dr. Cristina Salazar-Romo coming to you all to introduce a new project that I'm going to be launching beginning winter 2021, which is part of our Title V Abriendo Caminos Opening Pathways to Institutionalize Equity Gateway Course Redesign. Your department or discipline have been selected as part of our Phase 1 guided inquiry, and I'm here to share a little bit with you all about this project. And I hope to be presenting in future capacities, whether that's a department meeting or again, if you want to just check in with me individually through Zoom to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. My email is down below. Please feel free to reach out at any time to get additional information. So just to talk about this Title V HSI grant, just so you know, PCC has been a designated HSI since 1990, and a designated HSI is an institution that serves a minimum of 25% Latina, Latino, Latinx students. And these grants are awarded to institutions for the purposes of providing the resources to expand opportunities and increase success for our Latina, Latino, Latinx students. It is really a longstanding tradition of advocacy on behalf of the federal government. I'm going to touch quickly on one of the lenses that we're going to be looking at as we approach this project. And this has to do with being a Hispanic serving institution. This notion of servingness comes largely from the scholarship of Dr. Gina Ann Garcia, who we're going to be looking at. And she talks about the idea of producing academic and social support while also fostering a positive campus racial climate, specifically for our Latinx students. And we're tying that to our mission here at PCC, which was edited fairly recently, but just so you can see how some of these ideas really overlap. So our mission here at PCC is we are an equity-minded learning community dedicated to enriching students' academic, personal, and professional lives through an array of degree and certificate programs, campus engagement, and customized student support. We feel that the work of this Gateway Course Redesign fits incredibly nicely with our mission. However, given the parameters of the HSI grant, we are specifically looking at Latina, Latino, Latinx success. Here are some of the pillars of the grant, just so you know where we kind of live in this grant. So we're focusing on, or actually I would say other folks in student services and other areas are focused on effective guided entry experience, career communities. The third and fourth is basically where we're going to be operationalizing and living. So program maps, curriculum, and instruction, and also ensuring learning and progress, which really has to do with assessment. So all of these pillars are central to the grant. And just so you know that all of these pillars are rooted in a very specific commitment to do work in ways that are race conscious, identity affirming, and culturally sustaining. Just to provide you all with some data, this is from Dr. Khalil Ford in our Office of Institutional Effectiveness. If you are interested in more, I can get you more, or you feel free to contact him directly. So this is academic outcomes of retention and success for 2018 and 2019. You'll see here that our Latina, Latino, Latinx students experience lower retention and success rates than the overall average. So this provides some context for why we are doing this work. Just so you all know, some of the goals of this Gateway Course Redesign project include establishing a faculty inquiry group also abbreviated as a FIG, consisting of full-time and part-time faculty that will hopefully revise practices, whether these are faculty-student interactions, tone, implementing institutional agency, through lenses of culturally relevant pedagogy and culturally sustaining pedagogy focused on the lived experiences of our Latina, Latino, Latinx students. And our goal is also to revise curriculum through lenses of culturally responsive pedagogy and culturally sustaining pedagogy focused on the lived experiences of Latina, Latino, Latinx students. For any of you who are teaching College 1 right now, I, along with Juliana Sampson and Desiree Zuniga, use these very specific lenses to approach robust redesign for this year. And so basically, we're going to be using those various specific lenses for your own particular courses. So specifically, we are looking at Math 3, Math 15, Stats 50, English 1A, and speech as well. And so those are the courses that we'll be looking at for our phase 1. Just to provide some goals of this Gateway course redesign and some examples of deliverables, please note that these are examples. We can, as a group, come up with others together, but just so you know, these are some examples of what we will be working on. So first off, digging into the literature. What does the literature tell us regarding Latina, Latino, Latinx students specific to your discipline? What supports are needed, and so really using the scholarship to guide us as we move forward. For those of you who have worked with me in new faculty, you know that my doctoral work is in the syllabus and looking specifically at that through a racialized lens. So we could always dig into that as well. That's always a good place to start. Our learning management system, Canvas, for example, and looking for evidence of Latina, Latino, Latinx identity. We can look specifically at a welcome week or an introductory module that affirms, celebrates, and elevates our Latina, Latino, Latinx identity. We can revise units or modules that also affirm, celebrates, and elevates our Latina, Latino, Latinx identity and positive, I shouldn't say math culture, but really your departmental culture. And ultimately, big goal, right? So it would be a revised course outline of record to submit to CNI, paying close attention to those SLOs, SPOs, and CCOs that speak to our students' racialized experience. Apologies for it saying math. Once again, I used this and thought I got rid of all the math references. But just so you know, for fall 2020, which is the semester we are in now, the goal is to establish our faculty inquiry groups. What do those look like? And also identify a discipline lead. These leads will be working very carefully with me to talk about planning and other steps that we can take to move forward. You will be guiding, and I say guiding, not running, but really guiding the work of the FIG along with me. I think it's really important to say, and I will be very transparent in saying, that I am not an expert in your particular discipline. I am an expert in culturally relevant pedagogy, having been involved in that scholarship for over a decade. But when it comes to your own individual disciplines and content, you are the expert. And so we're going to be digging into that practitioner knowledge that you all have very carefully. In the winter 2021, we will have an orientation. This will be our kickoff before our spring 2021 semester. Because you are off contract, you will get paid for your presence, of course. During the spring 2021 and fall 2021, We will move forward with this guided inquiry to dig into the deliverables that were presented on the previous page. And in spring 2022, we will do a wrap up and a share out with your particular discipline. And we hope to also have an Abriendo Caminos conference in which you're presenting the work that you did as well as part of your FIG. So you might be asking what's next. I encourage you all to sign up to participate in the faculty inquiry group for Gateway Course Redesign. I will be sending out a Google form for you all to indicate your interest. I will also have an option if you are interested in being a lead. I know some of you have spoken to me directly about your interest in being a lead. Consider prompting or nudging. I also put jokingly pushing your colleagues to engage in this very important work. It's always easier and a lot more fun when you're working with people that you socialize with. Unfortunately, we will be starting this work behind our screens, but as soon as we're able to go on campus, that social component is really, really important in this kind of work. I will be sharing this informational video along with that Google intake form by the end of this week. And also for additional information, please reach out to me. Once again, cxsalazar@pasadena.edu. I thank you all for watching this video. Please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like any additional information. And I truly hope you do engage in this really important work that our Title V Abriendo Caminos grant is going to be supporting for our students. Have a very good day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.